What's up, everybody? Welcome to another live stream on this very chill, very mellow Saturday evening time. I see Flowcat. Flowcat's tuning in here as well, along with everybody else. We're going to be talking about a couple of things here. Some spicy, some not. We're just going to be going through the routine account reviews. These are also going to be channel member account reviews. So we're still waiting on the regular. Oh, keep forgetting. uh, we're still waiting on the regular viewer account reviews. Let me just pop this light open for you guys. Oh, would you look at that? Camera froze. Even before the stream camera froze. That's a good sign. Right here. Okay. So I'm gonna do some account reviews, and then we're gonna be talking about 2.5 Yaimiko. Probably don't need to talk about Yaimiko too much anymore, right? I think you guys at this point fully understand the scope of what she's capable of, and some potential she has. Of course, I'm not gonna sit here and say we are fully realizing this character's potentials, but I will want to say that like around 60-70%. All right, let's get into game here. Our first account. This is the thing. I love to see it when people pick up these characters, because you know that they're really not pulling for power here, and as Mr. Flowcat released his video today talking about this as well. We don't need every single character to be dealing big PP damage, right? To quote Mr. Flowcat, I'm sorry, I don't think Flowcat said that. I'm paraphrasing. But what I mean to say is, like, just seeing these characters, it's just nice that eventually they're gonna come online with when their artifacts are here, when more characters are here to play around whatever they offer. Right now, the copium seems to be saying, well, Dendro's gonna change Electro. Dendro's gonna come in and rebalance the game. There are people in CN, which I talked to quite a lot actually. They strongly believe in the fact that MiHoYo fucked up the balance between elements. Not all elements are built equally. And the CM players are holding MiHoYo's dev team accountable, saying, well, you guys done shit the bed from the get-go, and now trying to backpedal and trying to, redesign the game in this way. Sorry. I'm not coughing for sarcasm. I'm coughing because there's something in my throat. So that's the consensus, right? And I would have to agree. I've been saying Electro needs Electro, and the CN server says Electro and Hydro specifically, but the problem lies in different areas. Hydro's resonance and a lot of the Hydro characters MiHoYo seems to be scared of developing Hydro units in a certain way, because if MiHoYo let loose the Hydro units, then Vaporize has become unstoppable. It becomes too good, right? So you have all these fail stops put in place to make sure they don't step out of line. And then there's Electro, where MiHoYo also is like, well, we give them the numbers, however we have to really we have to really rein them in, right? We see Yaimiko 2000% damage scaling, however locked behind 90 energy cost and a 22-second burst skill because they're too scared of the damage potential. So that's all meta stuff. Don't want to bore you guys with that. Let's go straight into the account review. All right. Let's take a look at this account. One moment. Let me just minimize chat. All right. Let's take a look. Yaimiko, Raiden Shogun, Ayaka. You see, whenever I see Ayaka, I always look right next to her to see if you have Kazuha, because if you don't have Kazuha, you really should look to get Kazuha. Kazuha in an Ayaka team is splendid, are very nice. I really think that these two are made are made for each other in a way. I guess Kazuha is made for everybody. Kazuha literally has this effect on any elemental damage dealing unit. You compare him with Raiden, you compare him with like Ganyu too for the same for similar effect. But the problem, not the problem, but the thing with Kazuha and Ayaka is that they flow very well together. They both take the field for relatively short periods of time, and their damage windows are relatively short, allowing you to swap out and swap to Kazuha to reapply the viridescence, and it just feels seamless. You know what I mean? It feels like a smooth process. Whereas Ganyu, you're always charge attacking, and you just sometimes you get too into it, and you just feel like, well, I don't need to switch out. Why do I need to switch out? Ganyu has no damage downtime, right? But Ayaka does. So yeah, that's just a little sidetrack. I see you also have a Hu Tao. You have Zhongli. Do you have Albedo? No, you don't have Albedo. So, you do have Raiden and Sarah. What constellation is your Sarah? I think that's 0. And you got Yaimiko. Now, with account reviews, of course, you guys want me to tell you, is there anything wrong? What do I think, right? What's my opinion on this account? So then, oh, wrong button. So then we have to take a look at your characters, how you built them. You already maxed out Yaimiko. Let's take a look at her stats. 75, 201. Very nice. Very nice. You're running the Lost Prayer to the Sacred Winds. Not bad. The thing with Lost Prayer with Yaimiko is like she needs to stay on field, right? So when in battle, gain an 8% elemental damage bonus every 4 seconds. So you need to be on field for 16 seconds before you get the max effect of this, which is good. All right, it's like a 30% elemental damage bonus. And of course with the crit rate stat. However, I do think if you have the Witsith, oh, that's a little too early for that. Do you have the Witsith? I do think this weapon is better though. It gives you crit damage, and as long as you're able to mentally time it properly, I found that the Witsith is by far the best quote unquote free to play option. Of course, having it at R5 means that it becomes less free to play accessible. But the raw stats that it gives, right, every 30 seconds, it's invaluable. And for Yaimiko especially, you do know her burst skill has a 22-second cooldown, right? So that's like an 8-second gap that is very easy to time and manage around. And so I think this weapon is overall really good. Of course, if you have this, it functions well. It works great with the stat as well. It's fine. I'm not gonna go out of my way to say you have to use Witsith. This weapon is fine. But do note, if you're playing it like this, she is gonna be played more as a main DPS. She's taking the field time a lot more. Most of the time is gonna be her on the field. And looking at your team, you also have Eula, you have Raiden, you have Yaimiko with this weapon as well. Like, I hope this is just like I mean, if we're talking for fun, of course, go for it, right? This team is amazing. You also have Cryo Resonance with Eula and, with Eula and Diona. So you get another 15%. So effectively, you're at 90% crit rate, right? Does that apply? One moment, chat. I actually never. So if I take the Cryo out, do you lose? Do you lose the 15%? Okay, so it doesn't show here. It doesn't reflect here. So yeah, effectively, this person was running 90% crit rate Yaimiko with 201% crit damage with the cryo. So then Yaimiko is going to be your main DPS with this weapon. Okay, which in my honest opinion, I feel like she struggles a bit. I do feel like she struggles a bit, especially you do have to swap out to Raiden, right, to Diona every once in a while, and then yeah, it's, you see, the second you switch out, this book becomes like, I mean, it's it's 16 seconds to stack it back up, but you guys know what I'm trying to get at, right? It just feels awkward. uh yeah, it's not instantaneous, and I think a lot of the problems I find with Yai is that she already takes a little too much time on the field, and with this, it just feels like you're artificially even adding more time that she has to spend on the field. But you build a team around her, and you know, I respect that, and let's go forward. Just let's go forward with that. You're right in. It's C0 as a support DPS. Let's take a look at your artifacts. 17151. So crit damage headpiece. Yep. Wow. Got some nice crit damage. Nice. Wow. Damn. So you're running 2-piece Glad, 2-piece Shim. That's completely fine. This is the thing, right? But the thing looking at this is when Yai Miko inevitably gets her own artifact set, bro, this person's gonna have to start from scratch. Feels bad. Feels bad. Crit damage, crit rate. Okay. I think overall, if you're asking me like, hey, Walrus, is there like something else I need to be doing here? I can tell you're building this. You're building her because you like her, right? You like her character, and you're trying to make her work as your main DPS. In theory, C0, I think Yaimiko is probably best played as a burst support. Main DPS, she just doesn't have the uptime. Similar deal with Raiden here at C0. I do know that at C0 Raiden can do damage, but in the support DPS position, oftentimes you just don't have the stats and the support needed. Especially in this team, you don't have the support needed to hyper surge Raiden Shogun. And another thing I want to take a look, I forgot to look at your energy recharge. Actually, 141 energy recharge is getting close, right? It's like, I think 140, 150 energy recharge with Raiden Shogun. You're getting close to cycling through her bursts relatively fast. And I think this person can attest to what I'm saying as well. That's what all the numbers are pointing towards, and from my personal experience as well. So it's good to see you're having fun. That's all I can say. I can't realistically say like, well, this is such an amazing team and build, and meta-wise you're gonna, right? I can't say that because I don't want to mislead the other people in chat, and then they're gonna go away pulling for Yamiko, leveling her up, and then coming back be like, Walrus, I hate you, man. You completely baited me. It could work. It can be fun. It can do good damage, but I think this resource, if you're looking strict for damage and that's so gruesome. You guys know that, right? Like that her electro thing just comes out and eats the bird, and she chuckles. I've always found that kind of dark. I don't know, kind of weird. Anyways, but yeah, if you're looking for raw power, there are better characters coming out. If you're looking for fun, Yamiko can be fun. She does offer a different playstyle, one that does reward you with decent DPS, decent damage output. But if you're asking, is it the best for what this resource can get you? No, not by a long shot. All right, especially not at C0. Look, this thing eats it, and she chuckles. Damn, that's dark. That's really dark. So, take a look at your Raiden. I took a sneak peek just now. 6159 to 65. That's fine. You also got electro damage bonus with the Primordial Jade Winged Spear. Running 4-piece emblem, of course. This piece definitely could do better, I feel like. I mean, then again, you went pretty hard on energy recharge. Oh man, this is a really good piece. Really good piece. So a lot of your energy recharge is coming from the substats. You see 25% here, 18%, that's like 40%. And of course, you got the energy regen cup. Oh, you're running attack percentage. But damn, that's a good attack cut. Honestly, I would urge you to go get the Raiden's spear on her rerun. Like I would. If you get Raiden's spear on her rerun, your Raiden can get a lot better. However, it's gonna come with Kokomi's book, Catalyst. Mihoyo sure knows how to make us Mihoyo sure knows how to make us suffer, doesn't it? Doc, did you do Lay 7 summons? No. Lay 7 is hesitant. So far he hasn't really told me about Yaimiko. He's thinking about it. But he might be skipping Yaimiko for someone else. So we'll see. We'll see what he thinks. You also have Zhongli. Damn. It pains me to see people running Zhongli without the Favonius Lance. It really hurts, man. It really hurts. People going for Zhongli for the big damage, like the Meteor Strike. Right, 51, 184. People just want that big PP damage. You crown 2 of his skills as well. Oh, please, people, please. Trust me, bro. Trust. But it's fine. Play however you want. Crit damage, yeah, it's okay. I'm not gonna force people to do it. Just saying, Favonius Lance feels really good on Zhongli nowadays, and especially with shielders getting targeted so damn hard, I think Zhongli can easily find himself an alternative role as like a Omni battery. Like he literally is like a mini Raiden Shogun. Can you imagine everything that Zhongli can do? Everything. The amazing shield, the burst that petrifies enemies, right? AoE petrification. And on top of that, Omni particle generation. 6 particle every 6 seconds. That's 1 particle per second on average, right? Is that how math works? I believe so. You can quote me on that. Oh, I can't. I just can't. I can't get over how good it is for him. He literally... Like, people keep saying, like, why are you overhyping it? It's not that good. But it is that good. Right? The difference between cycling through a skill, 2 skills earlier, like 2 skill cycles, using your... Let me rephrase that. The difference between getting your burst back 2 skill cycles earlier because Zhongli's pillar, while it's pulsating, it also procs the effect of the spear is so damn good. If you don't believe me, ask the theory crafters. Like, they all say this, right? They all agree. They all agree. It's so good. It's perfect. Go Venti, 55. Here's the thing, Venti. I don't know if I really want to look at Ventis because Ventis are so straightforward. There's no secret sauce to how Venti plays or what Venti builds, right? You can build EM, build Viridescence, and just throw him in there. He gets it done. Let's take a look at Eula. 62, 238. I remember I saw the spine, right? The BP weapon you're running for her. Yeah, so crit damage. Crit damage hat, probably Shimenawa and the Pale Flame. Your Shimenawa better be some cracked out of this world Shimenawa. Let's take a look. Yeah, that's what I thought. There's no way this person would be running Shim if it wasn't some of the most cracked substats you've ever seen. Yep. Just as I thought. Either A, spend another 10,000 potentially resin farming for these 2 pieces, right? Hoping for a physical onset Pale Flame piece with, or run this. Very smart. You're not really losing out on too much. Yeah, you are losing a bit and potential damage, but playing it like this just makes it so much more stress-free. Because if you guys didn't know, the 4-piece Pale Flame has a skill that requires you to, you know, be very aware of how many times you're using your elemental skill to stack the 4-piece effect, and it actually can be dropped very easily. Most people would not believe how inefficiently they are playing this 4-piece set. Like, you have your 4-piece set on, but you're not playing your Eula like you have this. If you're gonna play Eula, right, kind of wishy-washy, don't care what I'm doing, you should run the 2-piece Pale Flame and 2-piece Bloodstain, or like what this person's doing, running a really cracked shim or gladiator piece, because these are raw stats. They just tack onto your character. You get them for free. One moment, let me get a quick sip. There's no difficulty. There's no shame either in playing a character, right? Like, I think this is what we can talk about as opposed to, you know, meta builds, meta characters. If people are going to come up to you and be like, you should play your Eula with 4-piece Pale Flame for that optimal damage output. Like, shut the fuck up. All right? Nope, nobody needs to do that. You can, like, in my honest opinion, as long as you understand what you're doing with the character, as long as you understand what your team composition is made for, then running some off meta artifact sets because, you know, the substats are a little better, completely fine. Yeah, you're missing out like 15-20% damage if you're playing it 100% optimally. But who cares? Let's take a look at your Ayaka. Okay, makes sense. 31.4. Blizzard Strayer, 241%. Do you have a weapon? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So this is your other queen. Did you, if you have her weapon, I'm curious, did you crown her? Because this looked kind of like a more semi-free-to-play or like a small spender account. Did you crown her? Yes, you did. See, you can kind of see this stuff, right, chat? You can kind of see where the love really is. You see, you know, like Zhongli rocking the frickin' deathmatch, Venti rocking the stringless, Raiden Shogun rocking the primordial. All right, Yamiko got some, right, and then you go to this 5-star, bam, and you get the Mist Splitter reforged. That's where love is, right? That's like he, you know, he be hitting that, hitting that in the dark. I'm just saying, great call, but maybe a little excessive on the elemental skill. But of course, as you see, this person built up Yamiko level 90 full, like the whole ordeal. This person's playing for love. This person's playing for that, for that 2D waifu harem. I respect it. I respect it. All right, let's take a look at just how insane this character is. Let's take a look. So your off piece is your headpiece. Look at the flower. Oh, you would wish this HP was crit rate instead, wouldn't you? Oh, you would wish this defense is crit rate, man, for your ultimate waifu. The artifact RNG wasn't with you. Where were they? The artifact RNG was cucking you. I can see it. I swear, Mihoyo knows, man. Mihoyo knows who you love. Look at that. 777 my ass. Lucky number, kiss my ass. What the hell is that? Oh my god. That is painful to see. 777. It's like, that's the irony, right? That's the freaking irony. It hurts just looking at it. Like, this piece is a freaking meme. Like, we should screenshot this and send it to Mihoyo. Are you playing with me, boy? Are you testing me, Dawe? I can't. This is so painful, it hurts. Onset cryo with crit rate and attack. Not bad, actually. This one is not bad. But for Ayaka, you would wish that was crit damage, wouldn't you? You really would. Crit damage, crit rate. Oh, nice piece, nice piece. This one's good. This one's awesome. That's a quad crit rate roll, right? That's either a quad or a 10. Yeah, very nice. But definitely your other pieces could use some love. This piece is okay. I would say the flower and feather could do better. Honestly, I want to say give it like 4,000 resin. You can replace both of these sets with something better. Just saying. I'm just saying. Okay? But I see. I see. It's fine. Oh, you're also running the Blizzard story on Ganyu. Maybe they're sharing artifacts. Take a look. 31 again, 174. It's the Amos bow with refinement 2. Man, this person has a thing for the cryo ladies. Look at that. No Shinhe. Alright, let's take a look. Actually, wait. Let's take a look at your talents first. 1099. You see, the mistress just doesn't get enough love, right? Doesn't get enough love. Or is this the mistress? Wait. I know a way to figure out who's the mistress here. I know a way to figure out whether you cheated on Ganyu or Ayaka. So Ayaka, you got her on July 20th. Now my question is, did you get Ganyu in January of 2021 or did you get Ganyu recently? Then we'll figure out who you cheating on with who. Ayaka is the mistress. Ayaka is the mistress. You gave more love to the mistress. You see, this is the kind of shit you say to your wife and be like, you know, baby girl, I love you so much. I 100% love you, baby girl. Right? Ganyu, you're my one true love. I love you 100%. But I'm sorry. There's a girl that just came into town and I love her 1000%, right? That's what happened here. Let's be honest. Let's not kid ourselves. All right? Yes, you love Ganyu 100%, but I'm sorry. Your love for Ayaka is 1000%, and the last time I checked, 1000 is bigger than 100. So you cheated on Ganyu with Ayaka, and you know, I gotta say, smart decisions. It just so happens both your waifu and your mistress are some of the top and most cracked units in this entire game. Great investments overall, all right? You know who's going to be really good to make both of them come online? Kazuha. No cap. Which leads us to our constellations? Okay, no constellations. And, you know, you lucked out. Both of these characters are so damn good at C0. Like, this is... When it comes to meta, this person's on top of it. When it comes to... Because, like, come on, let's be honest. 3 Archons with the Ganyu and Ayaka, right? With Eula as well. Your account's fine, all right? Your account's 100. And, of course, you have Hu Tao as well. Your account is completely fine. So I don't know if you're planning on getting Kazuha, but this is just my honest personal opinion. Start saving for Kazuha. Kazuha is gonna be able to level you. Okay, I see you. Let's see, is this a whale? Not even a whale. Oh! This is the count everybody wished they had. Damn. Not even a BP player? You're kidding me. You're kidding me. What? Wow. That's impressive. That's impressive. Being able to gather this much. Are you a day 1 player? Okay, AR-59. Most likely a day 1 player. Things you own would end up owning you. Right. Tell that to Ayaka. Tell that to Ayaka. All right. Overall, I think for account progression going forward, like what you should be looking for, or if you like, if you want your mistress to really flourish, Kazuha, Kokomi, some really good options. Both of these are good. If you personally ask me who is better, right? If it's a toss up between these two, Kazuha is going to be better. Kazuha is not just going to help your Ayaka, of course. Your Ganyu is going to help your Raiden and your Yaimiko. Yeah. I'm just like looking at who else do you have that Kazuha can. Generally, Kazuha just shreds the enemy resistance with the elemental that with the same shreds the elemental resistance of the type that he swirls with Viridescent. So it's just for elemental damage dealers. Doesn't really help with Eula, but hey, for most elemental damage dealers, he's gonna be amazing. With exceptions to, of course, Ito as well, because for some reason, Geo and Nemo hate each other. All right, they absolutely detest each other. One likes Osmanthus wine, and the other one just is a drunk bozo. Flowcat says, every time you recommend Kazuha, it makes my heart happy. I love recommending this character because he's so versatile. It's great, and I know a lot of people are dying to pick him up because they missed out on him the first time.
The Flowcat just made it rain. Every time you recommend Kazuha, it makes my heart happy lol.
Alright, overall, let's give this account a rating. I rate this account a 7 Walrus Tusk out of 8. So a very solid account, and an overall, very, very Tusk-worthy. Alright, 7 Tusk out of 8. Don't ask me how I got the 8, and don't ask me why it's not out of 10. I want it to be out of 8. So, this leads us straight into our second account. I'm excited, to be honest. After reviewing some horrendous account, I mean, I don't want to sound mean, but after reviewing some accounts that those people were struggling with, and why I say that is because oftentimes they ask me to review the accounts, like, hey, can you help me? What's wrong? Like, I don't know what's wrong. I'm trying to do this, but it just doesn't work. And I go in and I see them like all the stats are all jumbled up, and you got 7% crit rate Zhao with like 230% crit damage. You can tell a lot of these people are newer to gacha games, and I'm currently reliving the process of learning a new game in the world of Lost Ark, and I'm sure Flowcat, you can attest. Like, bro, you're probably running your. Are you running your alt right now? Are you on your alt right now while you have me on the side monitor? But yeah, learning a new game is always tough, and it's great to see people are so humble and so willing to learn, especially at least the people in my community. Right, good on you guys. Good on you guys. Never stop learning. Never stop asking questions, because that's how you're gonna, that's how you're gonna eventually, in 2-3 years from now, maybe you're gonna have a C6 character, and you're gonna blow through all the content. If the C6 is still holding water at the time. Geronimo says, people slept on Kazuha, but C1 saved my game. Kazuha C1 is some of the most clean and crisp, like, gameplay you'll see. You do the E, you do the burst, you do the E. Oh, so sweet. Love it. Like, tap E on Kazuha is so high value. I love it, love it, love it so damn much. Look, as bro, I'm farming islands. Power pass my bar today. Super happy with it. Gonna use my next power pass whenever Painter comes out. Dude, I don't know, like, the higher item level you go, the more you start to value a good support. By the way, guys, we're taking a little segue for Lost Ark. Yeah, like, support characters are so high value. I love them so much.
Brew, I'm farming islands RN while watching you. Lol. I power passed my bard today. Super happy with it. Gonna use my next power pass whenever Painter comes.
You can do knowledge transfers, Flowcat, so don't worry about saving power pass, I guess. Like, knowledge transfers are like, it's pretty much the same as power pass. So yeah, but it costs 600 gold. But 600 gold it's nothing. It's nothing. You'll be fine. Okay, let's take a look at this account. This looks a little more barren, more free to play. Good to see they also have Yaimiko though, so this person is not like one of those like heavy meta players. They don't really need to listen to what other people say. Are you a newer player? AR52. Oh, I see. You are a newer player. Okay, so there's gonna be a lot of value here that hopefully I can help you with. So let's take a look again at your characters. So you got Ganyu, you got Zhongli, you got Venti. You already know this person is you know, he has his priorities set straight. Are you a whale though? That's my question. Not a whale. So I'm guessing a relatively small spender, maybe. Take a look. Do you have the Welkin Moon? Okay, you have Welkin Moon. So small spender, very small spender. Yeah, Welkin Moon and Battle Pass. That's really like all you need to get a full meaty experience with Genshin Impact, right? Let's take a look at your characters. Owl Eyes asking, hello Walrus, how can I get in line for an account review? For most for most of these account reviews, they're all my channel members. Channel members have all priorities for account reviews. Of course, they're sponsoring the channel, they're sponsoring the content. I just want to be able to give back to them. But apart from channel members, you can also apply through my Discord. Links in the description. There's a specific channel called account reviews. You just drop your information in there and I'll be in touch every now and then. I try to do once per month for regular viewers, but no guarantees, as I'm so backed up with account reviews and requests and polls and summons that I only stream twice a week. I'm really thinking about pumping up the stream numbers, like the stream hours, but I just can't fit it into my schedule without knowing I will disrupt it at some point, right? So unfortunate. But yeah, let's take a look at this person's account. So they're running like not a freeze. They're running like a off. Wait, you don't have Bennett? Is he in? When is he in shop? Oh no! Oh no! Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine. Chat, relax. I'm good. I'm just having some. I'm just feeling a little bad here. Or I'm feeling a little bad. Pasta lives forever. Between Kazuha and Kujo C6, which would work better for a C0 Yai better? Do you think she would get a dedicated artifact set? Love your content, by the way. Huh. That's a really good question. I would say C6 Sarah is better, but C6 Sarah is not very flexible, my friend. If you're asking...
Pasta Lives Forever just made it rain. Between Kazuha and Kuju C6, which would work better for a C0 Yay better? Do you think she would get a dedicated artifact set? Love your content, by the way.
So, let's break that question down bit by bit. The first bit is between Kazuha and Sarah C6, who is better for a C0 Yai Miko. Not talking about anything else. C0 Yai Miko, C6 Sarah is going to be better. I know you didn't ask, but I'm going to follow that up by saying Kazuha is the better overall investment. Even a C0 Kazuha, because of how many teams and like the way he supports characters, right? So overall, Kazuha is better, but if your entire goal is to like pump up your Yai Miko to the best of your abilities, yeah, C6 Kujo Sara is going to be better. Do I think she's going to get a dedicated artifact set in the future? For sure. I think MiHoYo is going to release like a more dedicated Electro set, and people like Kaching should be able to use it. People like Fischl should be able to use it. People like maybe even Beto. Like anybody right now who's missing a dedicated Electro-based artifact set, 4-piece set that I'm talking about, right, should be able to use it. So that's going to be Yai Miko's artifact. I think it's going to drop with Dendro. So 3.0. I think in patch 3.0, which in my honest opinion, like if I were to guess, is probably 3 patches away. So it's going to be 2.5, 2.6, 2.7, 3.0. Something like that. So 5. No. So 2.5. 2.6, we're going to get, so the next patch, we're going to get a new artifact set, right? We're getting a new artifact set, most likely. I think it's going to be for Zhao. Don't quote me on that. All right, and if it just so happens to be true, don't say I look at leaks. I'm just guessing, right? It just makes sense. Someone like Zhao is gonna get his finally. Mihoyo, you've been like shafting our boy here for a good part of like almost 2 years. We're on our way to the second year. It's time to pay your dues. You're way overdue for some love towards a boy. I know he's edgy. I know he's kind of like, you know, you got him on the whole edgy emo archetype thing, but please, I think Zhao is gonna get his dedicated artifact set next patch. They already did it for Kokomi, right? Chi-Chi, they fixed them. Who, like, realistically, what other artifact, like, who else are you gonna give an artifact to? Right? So Zhao's coming, 2.6. 2.7, 2.8 is gonna go by. And I think 3.0 is gonna be Yaimiko's artifact set. That drops with Dendro, which will slightly change how we view certain reactions. A lot is going to happen on 3.0, and I know it's going to be super hype. But yeah, if like to answer your question, yes, Yamiko will get her dedicated artifact set, but it's no time soon. All right, so yeah. Anyways, back to this account. Let's take a look at your gun. You running the Amos. You have the Amos Wanderer's Troop. Very smart. 52 150. Okay, take a look. Unlucky. Not bad. Whoa. Very nice. Crowd damage on set and crit rate with crit damage. Very good. So with these two pieces, very unfortunate. Somehow you like your luck is reversed. Usually these two pieces are the easiest to get good stats because the main stat is fixed. So you almost never, like, they usually never go to waste. Oh, this is only +4. Oh, damn. Oh my. Oh my. Maybe even take a look at your oh my. Oh my lord. I love how they added pictures during this patch because I think people just get confused with the names. Seeing the pictures is just easier. Oh boy. That is unlucky. I would run this piece honestly if you can get another one. I would run this piece. Okay. Do you have Diona? Yes, you do. Okay, good.
Mentha just made it rain. Are you
Sucrose.
doing account reviews?
Yep, I am doing account reviews. Mentha, thank you for the 2. Yeah, I'm currently doing an account review. This person is relatively new. He's AR52, limited resources, limited characters. I'm just thinking of a good... Oh, no. Without Bennett. Oh. Xiangling without Bennett misses out on so much like damage potential, and have you been doing the Spiral Abyss? Because I find it difficult.
Mentha just made it rain. Can you do my account? My Ganyu needs help XD.
Menthe, currently it's only for channel members. So if you're able to become a channel member, press the join button and DM me in Discord and we can talk about this. But but yes, I can, but you got to be a channel member because I everybody asked me, and you know, it's I can't say yes. People in chat are gonna be like, hey, hey, he's not a channel member. Why does he get he get to cut the line? But yeah, channel members only, unfortunately. Hmm. Uh, I'm really stuck with this account because right now I do know that if you pour the resources in, you could clear Abyss. Your account is Abyss clearable. Uh, wait. Oh, oh no. Never mind. It's not. It's not. You know, I honestly would suggest you run maybe uh damn, you can't even really run freeze, can you? I guess you can, but you can't at the same time. You can, but it's not efficient. Potato61192 says, love your content. Who do you think fits better with C2R1 Yai plus C2R1A plus Jean? C6 Xingqiu or C6 Sara? What are your thoughts on the two options? I would say Sara. Honestly, I would say Sara. Xingqiu just feels like should put this. I don't feel like I mean you could run Xingqiu as well. But I just feel like C6 Sara is gonna supercharge it. But like who I don't think you have enough time with C6 Sara to charge both Raiden Shogun and Yai Miko's burst windows, because Yai Miko takes too much freaking time, right? And same with A, like to get the full effect out of it, both of them take so you have to choose. But the good thing is, you know, you can always do one, switch back to Sara, refresh, and do the other one, right? So you always have damage uptime. I would suggest you do Yai first and then do A, just so A can like regen the burst skill, burst meter. But yeah, overall that's nice. I would say if you can switch Jean for a Bennett, that's going to be even better. Then you have a hyper carry 2 team, right? You have 2 hyper carries essentially. You have A and you have Yai Miko, but I would strongly suggest you run Raiden A as your main DPS and Yai as a more of a burst support. With Sara and Ben, like these are some new team compositions that we're talking about. This is going to be like a triple electro buff team with 2 hyper carries. Sounds like a lot of fun. I want to try that team for sure. For me, I'm going to be probably running C2R1A with a C6 Sara with a Bennett and a C0 R5 Yai, R5 being the Wit Sith. Sounds like fun. I would go with Sara. Okay, back to this. This is like a math problem that I can't solve right now. Like I'm messing up the equations somewhere along. Let's start with team building. Once we build the teams, it's gonna be a lot better. So let's get rid of Barbara here because you don't need Barbara. Once you build up Diona, Barbara really doesn't need to be here anymore. Now my question is, how are you going to slot in the last person? Oh boy. A triple cryo team with a shielder and Venti is not bad. If you have 4-piece Verdescent, I'm sure you do, right? Then this team is going to be pretty good. Like, they all benefit. Well, I mean, Diona doesn't really need to benefit from the 4-piece Verdescent, but Kaya can benefit. Very underrated character. Ganyu, of course, benefits from Venti. Ganyu Venti has been like like it's criminal how good these two are together, right? So I wouldn't run Xingqiu in this team just because Xingqiu kind of like there's a lot of contradictions. Like, yeah, Xingqiu works as a form of damage supplementation. You supplement a lot of damage, but like it just doesn't work out at the end of the day.
Sierra Forrester just made it rain. I'm Mentha. This is the account that I'm a member on.
Sierra Forrester. Okay, no problem. If you're, as long as you're a channel member, just DM me on Discord and we will we'll work everything out. All right. So this, for this particular team, I think this setup is going to be the best of what you can work with. All right. So no worries. Now let's work on your other team. Here is the tricky thing. All right. Here's the tricky thing. Your other team. You do have Diluc, you do have Yaimiko. Chat, correct me if I'm wrong. Listen, correct me if I'm wrong. But I think this is a really good team. Okay, not a really good team, but like I think this is a good team. Listen. Fischl is more than capable of fully taking advantage of Xingqiu's burst skill. Fully taken advantage of, right? And with double hydro, Barbara can just super heal. Barbara can super heal. The whole point of this team is also you have high voltage. So with Xingqiu's electro charge constantly proccing, you're going to be generating enough elemental particles to also supercharge Yaimiko, who can drop down her totems to provide additional electro charge and just in general. And Fischl on field main DPS is actually not bad. Like, ever heard of Machine Gun Fischl? Machine Gun Fischl, one of the components is also Xingqiu. Yes, you do also prefer to have someone like Albedo, but it's okay.
Geronimo Martinez just made it rain. Wait, Walrus, was I supposed to DM you in Discord aside from signing up for the ACCT review?
Yeah.
Astonished face.
Geronimo, make sure you DM me, because the only way I can keep track is people constantly reminding me. I also try to write things down, but like my list just gets so full, so I can't write too many down at the same time. So yeah, make sure to DM me. All right, make absolutely sure to DM me. So, and then constantly remind me, and I'll tell you like when I can review your account, and then I'll tell you please remind me again maybe a day before the account review happens. Yes. Red Sauce is asking, wait, what about Venti on this team and maybe Xingqiu or Barbara? But the thing is, if you bring Venti onto this team, who here really can take of it? Like Venti, you break, I almost said her. You break him from Ganyu, it just feels like when you have a Ganyu, Venti just feels like a no-brainer. And this one is a triple cryo team that fully takes advantage of Venti's shred. The only problem with this team is if you run into like electro-immune enemies, you're completely screwed. You are literally useless. But with this team, right, you have physical damage, you have electro charge, you have the double hydro to even get more additional healing by 30%. That's a huge buff. That's like better than a 2-piece maiden set worth of healing, right? So this team is like an electro charge team with Fischl like spearheading the thing. The only thing I would change maybe is put Barbara on this team. What am I doing? The only thing I would change, like if you want to play more of a main DPS Fischl, like physical DPS, take Barbara out, put Diona in here to give yourself super conduct, take Diona off here, throw Barbara in, you still get double cryo. And this then becomes a freeze team, which enables your Ganyu to run 4-piece. Come on, Walrus. Come on, you know the name. 4-piece Blizzard Strayer. And you also have Venti, which is really good. Absolutely deadly if you can run into enemies that can be pulled together. Insta freeze, Ganyu burst, Kaya burst, Kaya E, generate particles helping each other. Still got shattering ice. Additional crit rate, right? You can build huge crit damage potential for this team. I honestly would like this variation better, but it's a little more work for you. The other two teams are more straightforward. So you definitely have enough characters in your roster here. Once you build all of these characters up to level 80, at the least, all four level 80. All four level 80. So probably 70 is good. 80 for him, 80 for Venti. You already got Ganyu. Like, you can clear the Abyss, no problem. If you play it right, you probably can even get like close to 36, maybe 33, 34 stars. It's no problem. Yeah, of course, you gotta. This team is gonna be the limiting factor, but with Diona, Fischl, Superconduct, you can do a lot of work with Xingqiu, Fischl, Machine Gun, and of course Yaimiko support DPS, layering a lot of damage onto the field at the same time. I don't think you guys should be running Sucrose here. I don't think so, because if you're running Diona and Fischl, that's Superconduct. That's physical DPS. You can't frickin' Viridescence main physical DPS. How about Kaya, Fischl, Xingqiu, Yai? I mean, yeah, it could work. It's just... I just think it's taking too much risk. I think that team, like, without a dedicated healer, you won't have enough. You won't have enough. You're gonna get clapped. Rutherford is like, oh, it's a physical Fischl. Yes, it's a physical Fischl, but why Xingqiu? Xingqiu is here because to take advantage of high voltage for electrocharge. So while Fischl is dealing the damage with Xingqiu's support DPS, her Oz is also working with Xingqiu's element to generate additional particles. You guys see, it's like a duality. Like, two things are happening at the same time that serve different functions. Does that make sense? One is to deal damage, the other one is to supercharge the team. They're both working simultaneously on field at the same time because of Yai's presence in the team. I think this is as far as I can go to, I would say, like, fully utilize what you have currently, right? So if people don't understand, let me know. I can explain it further, but I think it's a great team we have here, especially with Diona, physical DPS Fischl. Let's see what your Fischl's running then. We need to take a look at your Fischl. No. Let's get this right on here. There you go, buddy. You're doing good. You're doing good. Artifact set. No. We're gonna have to change that. We'll work on it. We'll work on this. All right. To be honest, I would say 2-piece Bloodstain, 2-piece Pale Flame, or 4-piece Pale Flame. Fischl running 4-piece Pale Flame is pretty easy. This character is very versatile. I urge you to build her up. Even if one day you will bench her from a main DPS role, you'll still see her come back potentially in support DPS or straight up just support. There are memes talking about how some people's Fischl, like some people's Oz, deal more damage than other people's main DPS. And that's not a coincidence. All right, Fischl's just that cracked when it comes to her utility. So I think running these two teams, if you're confident with how you play the game, you're gonna get great value out of them. So now with that said, yeah, Yaimiko is you run with Sith if you have it. What? What are the chances? Wait, how? How? It just looks so weird, like so bizarre. Like you just come in, it's like, oh, bam, an R5 wit sith just sitting there. That's a really bruh moment. Like, holy, what? That's too perfect. That's too perfect. You got an R3 sax sword, right? You got Rust, Favonia's warbow. No. This is the lady you run the sacrificial bow on. Huh. Shukai's asking, is the Solar Pearl comparable to Witsith? For sustained damage, yes, but for burst damage, no. Burst damage, the Witsith takes the cake easily. Like if your Yaimiko comes on the field, does her thing, and immediately gets the hell off, Witsith, there's nothing better than Witsith. Agony is asking, why doesn't he play Melt Ganyu if he has Zhongli? Agony! Allow me to answer that question for you. Yes, that's literally the first thing I looked to as well when I saw his team. But my friend, do you notice that he's missing a certain adventurous little young man from Mondstadt? Who's Pyro. I'll spell it out for you, my friend. He doesn't have Bennett. He has no Benny boy. Yep, no Bennett. So unfortunate, he doesn't get the full potential. And if that's the case, I really wouldn't like, you know, force it to happen. But don't worry, once Bennett joins, like it's not gonna take long, trust me. Once Bennett joins this team, holy oh shit, is he gonna take off? All right, don't worry. It's not gonna take much longer. I feel it. Wait for it. It's gonna happen. So, this is a team. I already constructed the team for you. Priority. Let's list out your priorities right now. Xingqiu, up, and up. Immediately up. Get him up. Alright? Followed by that, I would say Diona. Okay, get Xingqiu. You can rewind to this part of the live stream, alright? Get Xingqiu at least to level 70 Ascension 4. At least. That's bare minimum. You can't go any lower than that because I feel like you're wasting a lot of damage. All right, Diona, level 60 Ascension 4 is enough. However, you do need to get better artifact sets. I would say probably the 4-piece Noblesse set is going to be good for her. All right, probably don't need Maiden Beloved. Don't think you really need it. Should be fine. Ideally you want to get her to level 70 or 80 as well. Like these two have similar priorities. If you can get Xingqiu to level 80, good. Get Diona to 80, good. Fischl should be level 80. Right? She's your main DPS. She's gonna be the one who's on field most of the time on this team. Everybody else is just like off field. Even Yaimiko is gonna just come on once in a blue moon to do her thing. So Fischl level 80 is ideal. Prioritize her main this skill. All right, she's C6. Oh my god, so perfect. Prioritize her normal skill, and Oz can stay at level 7. I guess you can like level this up one more level as well, right? Get it to level 8, so it'll be level 5. Get this to level 8. Xingqiu, burst skill all the way. If you have additional resources, elemental skill is fine, but burst skill. Burst. Alright, get this to level 8. So with his constellations, that's talent level 11, essentially. Yaimiko, prioritize her elemental skill, then her burst skill. Get this one up to... Get both of these to level 5, and then try to get this one to level 8. And then that's it. You don't need to do anything. Diona, I would say prioritize her... this is tough. Get both to level 5 and try out this playstyle. Whichever one you like more, you can prioritize. If you think you need the healing, you can go for her burst. If you think you enjoy the icy paws, because you want a thicker shield, right? You want a thicker shield. That's the thing. So honestly, Fischl stands there and deal a lot of damage if you can just stand there and don't move. So I would say prioritize. If I were you, I would prioritize the elemental skill and keep the burst at level 5 and only upgrade more if you really need it. Apart from that, your Ganyu's already level 90. Get your Venti to level 60 with Ascension 4. So you just need to ascend him and you'll be fine. 4-piece Viridescent. Oh, okay. We'll talk about artifacts later. 4-piece Viridescent. Your Barbara's level 70. Very nice. Oh. Yikes. And your Kaya, right? Ooh. Okay. For artifact sets, spend some time in the Emblem of Severed Fate. Noblesse Oblige is also good. You got the stronghold. Wait, not stronghold. I've been playing way too much Lost Ark. Your artifact strongbox. What's the box called? What's the box called? Like strongbox artifact. This dude is AR52. So get a hold of Noblesse through that. Farm the Emblem of Severed Fate domain. Just drop like for the next month, just stay in that domain, right? Bump up your Xingqiu. And then Noblesse, you get it through the strongbox. For Fischl, I would suggest you go visit the Millelith domain. I think it was Millelith and Pale Flame are in the same domain, so you can like crack out your Zhongli even more. Although we've essentially benched him in the meantime. Barbara could use the Maiden set, or she could use the new artifact set. The what's the name called again? The Clam set, but don't need to force it. Keep Barbara as she is. It's fine, no problem. Kaya here, this is the thing, right? Like, should you be dumping a lot of, like, if you're running a freeze team, of course the 4-piece Blizzard Strayer is going to be good. If you're farming, like, I would say farm the Emblem of Severed Fate and then the Blizzard Strayer. Those are the 2 domains you should prioritize on farming. I know I said farm the Pale Flame, but you can also get the Bloodstain set from the Artifact Strongbox, right? The Bloodstain one could be exchanged as well. You could run a 2-piece Bloodstain and 2-piece Gladiator on Fischl in the meantime. This person needs a lot of artifact. How about Noblesse for Kaya? I would say Noblesse is fine, but like you're running a freeze team with Barbara, Ganyu. I just feel like running the 4-piece Blizzard Strayer set, it could be good for Kaya, but then again, you're right, he's not like the main DPS, right? He's not on field, but it's up to you. If you want to run the Noblesse set, 4-piece Noblesse, you could. If you want to run the 4-piece Blizzard Strayer, you could. If you're running really tight on the Blizzard Strayer set, then just you can run Noblesse for Kaya. It's fine. Overall, that's the direction. Yae Miko is going to be 2-piece Shim, 2-piece Gladiator, most likely. So yeah. That's just how it's gonna be. So while you're farming the Emblem of Severed Fate, Yae Miko is gonna be profiting a bit as well. Overall, that's how I think the account should be progressing towards. I don't think you really need any characters to pump out this account, with exception to Bennett. All right, now let's take a look at 5-star characters that you could be looking at. With preferences aside, I do think if you can afford it, Kazuha is really nice. Of course, I say that for like Kazuha is really nice to pick up. With a part to that, Kokomi and Ayaka are both nice to pair with Ganyu as well. It alleviates Ganyu from a main DPS position, or it can open up Ganyu to go play in her Melt Ganyu team and allow Ayaka to spearhead an entire new team by herself. But that's all very situational stuff. I would say right now, Kazuha pickup is pretty nice. Bennett is your top priority for sure. then it's just preference. If you enjoy a more a more resource intensive, like somebody that you can drop probably 25,000 artifact into and still feel like she could use more, Raiden is good at C0 if you have the resource to dump into her. She's not like Kazuha. You can probably spend like 2,000 resin on this dude, and he can be like really good already. Raiden, you spend 2,000 artifact. If you spend 2,000 resin on her, she feels like a 3-star character. You know, like if you just spend 2,000 resin. That's the difference between like a support who uses Viridescent and a hyper carry. If you don't know the difference, right? So it depends on who you want to get. Yoimiya is also like a very resource intensive character. Kamisato Ayaka, also resource intensive. The main DPS, the people who spend a lot of time on field, are going to demand more resources. And I see you don't have much resources to share right now, right? You're going to be farming so much artifact sets that the character that fits well into your current farming routine is going to be Raiden and Ayaka. Because you're going to be farming the Emblem of Severed Fate. You're going to be farming a lot of the Blizzard Strayer. These two are going to be really high value because they can slot right into what you're currently already working on. Kazuha is going to fit well with your characters. Kazuha fits well with any character in general, but he can help you deal more damage. But I think right now your bigger problem is not to have a support that shreds enemy resistance, is to actually pump up your damage output, which is going to be artifact, right? You're gonna, Mihoyo's gonna treat you real well. I can already tell, right? You're gonna be spending every day in artifact domains, every waking moment in your Genshin Impact career. You're going to be spending for the next month and a half in artifact domain. Don't worry, we've all been there, right? Everybody in chat who's above AR 55, 56 have been there, and probably most are still in that process of daily artifact grind, just non-stop. So I hope this has helped. If you're asking for my opinion, saying who should you get next, probably Kazuha. Right, but don't worry, if you want to get Raiden, if you want to get Ayaka, they fit right into what you're currently doing as well, so don't worry about it, all right? If you want to get Sangomi, Kokomi is also good. She works very good with Ganyu as in a freeze team. Granted, usually you will want Ayaka in that particular freeze team as well to take advantage of the frozen enemy, so she can actually get off a huge burst, like very high value, very consistent as well. The problem with Ayaka currently is that her burst just doesn't feel as consistent unless you have enemies exactly where you want them. That becomes a non-issue when Ganyu can just use like a freaking 3 billion light year coverage burst skill that freezes everything along with Kokomi's freaking celestial jellyfish. And Ayaka can just come out and do whatever the hell she wants, right? Free reign. Yeah. Hope this has helped you. Thank you for supporting the channel. Same with all the other channel members. Thank you guys. All right. Jump back to my account. Jump up to my account. So, let's talk about what's going on, and then let's talk about 2.6, because 2.6 is the big patch. I mean, not the big patch, but like kind of a big deal, right, people? Genshin 2.6 is kind of a big deal. Why is that? Chasm is finally here. Holy smokes, I can't believe I'm actually saying this and people aren't going to be calling me like hella copium. They already leaked Chasm. Well, they didn't leak. They already teased it. So we know Chasm is coming. They teased it in the 2.5 livestream. So this is not a leak. Soda Machine Kings, yeah, it's not so good. 2.6 I feel is being overhyped. Ayato won't be as good as the as he looks. Chasm will be Pog though. This is the thing, right? 2.6 might be one of the...
Mentha just made it rain. IDMEDU. Greater than.
Alright, no problem, Menthe. I'll talk to you in Discord. No problem. So, patch 2.6 is not only just gonna be about Ayato. I think Kazuha and Ayato has to share the spotlight, along with potentially even Ayaka. I think Ayaka might be rerunning with Kazuha. God damn. Holy smokes. Kazuha's gonna win though. Kazuha's gonna win the popularity poll. And I think it's gonna be not that close. I think Kazuha's gonna have like a 70% demand and Ayaka probably like a 30%. It's like a 7-3. 70-30. I'm so excited. I think I haven't been this excited for Genshin since Inazuma came out. I can't wait to get into this area, man. And I know like Sumeru is probably like further in over here, or this whole area is going to be Sumeru. Oh my gosh, let me just zoom out here real quick. Damn, this is going to be beautiful. Like this, look how empty this map is, people. Look how empty. Like Shiznaya is probably up north, right? Because that's where it's always cold. Shiznaya is probably like all the way up here, right? Sumeru is going to be over here. Where's Natlin going to be? Natlin. So Sumeru is going to be over here. Natlin's like the fire region, so it's going to be south, right? Natlin's probably down here because it's all fire and stuff. And apart from that, after Sumeru, Natlin, Fontaine is probably going to be out west. So I think, all right, I'm going to make a prediction here. Where's my... Okay. Sumeru is going to probably be like the central area, like central, maybe south. Natlin's going to be like more to the left, maybe to the top. Oh no, Sumeru is probably going to be vertical. Like it's going to go down like this. Sumeru is going to go down like this. And it's probably going to reach Inazuma. Kind of like covers like the bottom area here. And even more south than Sumeru is going to be Natlin. The southern region is going to be Natlin here with like really hot climates. The western side and more to the north, west and north, is going to be Fontaine, right? It's going to be linked to Sumeru. Fontaine's going to be over here where my mouse is. And then above Fontaine and Sumeru and linked like over here, this whole area is going to be Shiznaya up north with the snow. It has to be. It has to be. That just makes geological sense. If you're telling me Natlin is up north, I'm a...
Peace Queek 2 just made it rain. Most players that wanted Ayuka got her the first time around, but many people skipped Kazuha not knowing what he would be like.
Right. You see, the situation was like people can't blame content creators. I mean, you could blame content creators because when Kazuha first came out, with the content that we were playing on at the time, we were saying, you know what? Venti, Kazuha, they both work because at that time, MiHoYo hasn't gone as hard to target Venti. But MiHoYo really doubled down on Venti, and I mean, in a way, maybe to make people who pull for Kazuha, like maybe who made people who skip Kazuha like regret it, like make them regret that decision, really hammer home the FOMO factor, right? So they target Venti, make him very difficult to use, and highlight Kazuha's specialty, which is the fact that he doesn't give a damn whether you can be CC'd or not, right? He just need to apply, and he deals much higher damage, has much lower cooldowns with his elemental skill, much easier to pilot as well. Really good, and in many scenarios, Kazuha's elemental skill works as like a little dodge as well to dodge some really hard hits. When right, you can swap to him, jump up, and just dodge everything. So, I mean, when I first reviewed Kazuha during the patch he came out along with Venti, I did say, you know, and I admit to this. I admit to this. I did say this. I'm not gonna backpedal on what I said. I said, you know, if you already have a Venti, Kazuha is not going to be as I think I said like as good or as needed for you. I think that's what I said at the time. I can like you guys can double check my videos. Like that's what I said. And a lot of people actually came back like 2 patches later, 3 patches later, and in my videos 3 patches down the line, it's like, don't listen to this guy. He told me to skip Kazuha because I had Venti, but now I find that it's so hard to use my Venti, and I really wish I had gotten Kazuha. Like, I do feel bad, honestly. Of course I feel bad when I see people say that, but how could I have known at the time that Mihoyo was gonna go so hard on Venti? How could I have known when Kazuha... They haven't shown their colors back then. You know what I mean? Walrus, you know Sucrose exists with the thundering... the thrilling tales of thunder of Dragon Slayer. I know Sucrose exists, but the people aren't asking me if they should pull for Sucrose. People are asking me if they pull for Kazuha. They're asking. That's what they're asking me. I know. Like, I'm not. It's like people ask me, hey, Walrus, right? Like, should I get Ganyu or should I get Ayaka? Hey, you should build up. And my answer is you should build up Kaya. Like, that's not their question. Of course, I know a lot of these characters are good and viable, and with the right builds, they can be just as efficient. However, people don't care about that. People are asking a very specific question to which they need the answer to. So I have to give it to them. Xander Kaiser, to be fair, all content creators said that. Yeah, because we can only evaluate what the current state of the game is. We can only give input based on, like, nobody knew 3 patches from when Kazuha came out Venti was gonna see like a 30-40% usage drop in Abyss. Nobody could have foreseen that, unless you're like a janitor at Mihoyo headquarters that just happened to eavesdrop on one of their like corporate patch meetings. You're never gonna know. Till this day, not to throw shade at Kazuha, I think Kazuha's popularity is largely due to the fact that Venti got gutted so hard. If Venti is as good as he was back in 1.3, 1.4, Kazuha wouldn't be as popular. Guaranteed. It's all about demand. You need... I don't want to say that. Don't say that. Kazuha makes your life so much easier. And he's flashy, right? He looks good. He got that drip marketing. His PV was some of the most drippy we've seen in a while. Very classy character, and he's just a good character overall. In Sephiroth, definitely Venti against smaller mobs is unmatched. But look at how Mihoyo has been releasing characters. Let's go through the type of mobs Mihoyo's been making, and we'll see like how careful they are, right? So here's the thing: the new mobs, the armored mobs. Do you think Venti's gonna be able to pull them together? Don't think so. The energy sucking bishops. Do you think Venti's gonna be able to pull them together? Didn't think so. Right? And on top of that, all the frickin' Abyss Lectors, Abyss Herald, and Abyss frickin' the Pyro Abyss Lector, right? Do you think he can pull them all together and lift? I'm saying pull them together, lift them off the ground. Oh, he can. Okay, this thing. All units that Venti can suck into the center of his cyclone become irrelevant. Like, these characters are just done. Because once you get that, Ganyu ults, it's over. It's over. That's a straight up 2000% scaling damage over time. 2000%. Like, I'm talking pull them into the center of his cyclone. Because, okay, this is the thing. The reason Mihoyo targeted Venti so hard is not because Venti is broken, it's because Venti and Ganyu had a synergy together that literally broke the freaking game. Venti and Ganyu made it so no one, like any free-to-play player, can gain access to like C6 Eula levels of power. That was not by design. You guys can say tinfoil as much as you want, but I can tell you, I can guarantee you guys, MiHoYo fucked up. They overlooked the Morgana team comp, and they didn't realize how Venti and Ganyu was going to dish out so much freaking damage that trivialized every bit of content they've designed up until that point. Techie the Virus is saying, so Venti was targeted after Ganyu way before Kazuha. Well, they didn't see, like, it didn't become an issue until like 1.4, right? Because people, when Ganyu first came out, people were like, oh, look at this main DPS Ganyu. And then Morgana came along, I think a patch later, which was like in 1.3 or 1. Like it was 1.3-ish. It blew up in 1.4. Morgana blew the hell up in 1.4. And then MiHoYo had to scramble. They scrambled through 1.5, and by 1.6, it's like, okay, we need to do this to Venti. We need to find a way to work around, and they figured it out. Like we're gonna take mobs, we're gonna develop them in a way where it's harder to CC. We're gonna fill Abyss with bigger mobs that are harder to CC. And Venti was gutted. From that point on, like just go look at from that point on in the Abyss. Don't look at when Kazuha came out. Kazuha didn't kill Venti, people. You guys have to understand. A lot of people say like, oh, like Kazuha absolutely killed Venti. Kazuha's arrival made Venti useless. No, it wasn't Kazuha. MiHoYo killed Venti. Because Venti had flown too close to the sun.
Geronimo Martinez just made it rain. Kazu's personality and voice lines even sound like he's the real Anemo Archon. _KEKW.
Yeah. I think honestly, the game right now is in an okay state. In an okay state in terms of balance for most characters. I think Kazuha excels with elite mobs, bigger mobs that are difficult to CC, and Venti is and always will be the best that ever can be when it comes to smaller mobs that are groupable. But MiHoYo's not going to do that anymore. MiHoYo's not going to design, like, when was the last time MiHoYo designed like smaller mobs? I think the wolves all have a smaller version, but they float, right? And then they can like dash around, they can like jump into warps, so like they can kind of escape. So it's tricky. MiHoYo is very scared to make content that Venti can abuse. They just can't. They don't have the balls. They don't dare to do it. Because the second they do it, the second they design any new monsters that can be sucked into the center of Venti's cyclone and lifted off the ground, Morgana comes back. Right? Morgana comes back. Morgana is the single thing MiHoYo don't want to see in the game. It takes no skill. There's no skill, and it deals so much damage that it trivializes the content. It's not even fun. You press 2 buttons and everything dies. Like, no one can convince me that was designed into the game purposefully. Literally 2 buttons. Like, how is that fun? You group like 8 mobs together, and all of Ganyu's icicles falls on the 8 mobs, each of them dealing AoE damage. It's such a... Like, when I first saw it, I was like, that is so stupidly broken. They designed Ganyu's burst in that way so that you wouldn't have an RNG. You wouldn't have to throw a freaking dice to deal damage, right? So they made the icicles auto-target the mobs. And AoE. Why didn't they just make it single target? If it was single target, Morgana wouldn't even be so broken. Like, I don't get it. I think Mihoyo tried their best to make Ganyu a good character, but they completely forgot like Venti. How did they miss that? How did they miss that? It's not even like it's a really big reach. Venti by the time Ganyu was coming out was like the best character. Everybody was that was when Zhongli was like before Zhongli was buffed. People were like holding onto their Ventis like their life savings. Dude, and Mihoyo completely missed that. And then they backpedal patches down the road to completely gut it, to completely eradicate it. I don't know. I don't know. How can Venti ever get a rerun? I don't know. Do people even want Venti? If Venti and like, you know what's funny? That maybe next patch it'll be Ayaka and Venti. Maybe. Maybe next patch is gonna be Ayaka and then Venti. And then the patch after that is gonna be Kazuha and who? Yoimiya? And then the patch after that is going to be 3.0 Dendro. Right? No. The patch after that. Oh, it's another Tartaglia. Whenever Windbloom happens, it'll be Venti. Yeah, somewhere around there, right? Large Manat says, I think there is a statistic in Mihoyo where if X% of players base have a certain character, then content will be designed to counter that because no more sales can be gotten from that. Here's the thing, right? So many people have Raiden Shogun. So many people have this character. Oh, by the way, remember I told you guys, how many people here watched my last video? I talked about this this constellation along with Yai Miko's C6 this and how broken this is. Not broken, like how good this is. I talked about this, right? Because a lot of people, they would argue with me, being like, bro, this is so like, I got into like several arguments with people. It's like, bro, like C6 Yai Miko is so like over the top, like it's not worth. It's like, bro, you don't know how broken this thing is. You don't know how good this is. This is so stupidly good. It's like it's a permanent counter. So, okay, to explain it to you guys, let's go here. The difference between additive and multiplicative resistance, shred and ignore. So, Kamisato Ayaka, right? Opponents damaged by her burst skill and her side have their defense decreased by 30% for 6 seconds. Now, what's the difference, chat? I'm going to ask you guys this first because it's always easier for you guys to try to figure this out while I explain it. So, read this very carefully, chat. Read this very carefully. What's the difference between have their defense decreased by 30% versus ignore defense? Ignore 60% of the opponent's defense. What's the difference? There's a huge difference, by the way. I'm telling you guys. But this C6 is the exact same thing as this. What's the difference? I'm gonna tell you guys the difference real quick. I just want to see how you guys interpret this, so I can help you guys. I can help you guys understand why this Raiden C2 is like. Why Mihoyo? Why did you do this? Right. Okay. So you see, some people are getting it. Decrease is subtraction. Ignore is a multiplier. Right? So let me give you guys a simple math example. I know I'm not a math guy. I know you guys don't come to me for like, you guys watch I Win to Lose Gaming for that. Ziox, whoever. But I'm going to give you guys some math. Right? Very simple to understand. Right? say, let's just use 100. It's easiest, right? Say the enemy has 100 defense. 100, right? And then this constellation is going to decrease their defense by 30, right? 30%, 30. However, here's the follow-up question. You guys following me? Here's the follow-up question. What if the enemy's defense went from 100 and it got buffed somehow? Somehow. I'm just saying. The enemy's defense went from 100 to 1000. According to this constellation, how much of the enemy's defense do you think this thing is reducing? Answer in the chat, please. So, reiterate the question. The enemy originally had 100 defense. However, due to some mechanic or whatever, suddenly their defense shot up from 100 to 1000. Per defense. How much do you think Ayaka's C4 is shredding the enemy's defense? I'm going to give you the correct answer. It's 30. It's still fucking 30. That's bullshit, right? And MiHoYo knows it. MiHoYo knows it. That is bullshit. So this constellation becomes absolutely useless once the enemy finds a way to scale up their defense mid-fight. Yeah. Geronimo's like, wait, what? Yup. And this has been tested. This has been tested. Right. However, the mechanic doesn't exist in the game right now. The mechanic doesn't exist in the game right now. But do you think MiHoYo's going to you know? And it's been tested. People already tested this. They know C4, this is very, very different from this, people. The enemy can increase their defense as much as they want, but this will always ignore 60% of their current defense. Always. That's what makes this so good. Like, the enemies can jack up as much as they frickin' want. The more they jack up, the higher value this becomes. Blitz is asking, so is a 1 million defense harder to beat or 1 million? 1 million defense any day. 1 million defense, you'll never kill the boss. Even if the boss has like 10 HP, you probably won't ever kill him. They just won't lose health. So, you see, Strachey 1016 is asking the real questions now. So Raiden C2 is more future-proof than Ayaka C4 question mark. That's right. Honestly, that's what I think. I honestly think Raiden C2 is more future-proof than most of the constellation in game. Hell, the frickin' MiHoYo put the same shit on another character's C6. How much more do we need to like talk about this before people understand how insane, you know? Raiden didn't top sale charts, but by accident. It's not a mistake, people. This character, while yes, wildly popular, just had some of the most insane value, crammed into the first two constellations to the point where you really have to question, right? If you're comparing these two, not even a comparison. This wins. Both in value because it's at C2 versus like C4. And then you have this sitting at C6. You want to compare that constellation to a C2. Of course, this one wins again. People, understand, MiHoYo can absolutely make your life miserable any moment they want. But they have integrity. They care about the free-to-play experience. Because if they jacked up the content in the way to make you uncomfortable, everybody's gonna freaking quit the game. Right? They can't balance the game around a C2 Raiden Shogun. That's just not fair. So, of course, even though I just highlighted something very bullshit for you guys, I think it's never going, I mean, it's gonna happen no time soon. Maybe in some limited time events for enemy mobs, they have like, you know, those the event where you can choose your own difficulty level. Maybe in those events you'll see like mechanics. Listen, if you want to see what MiHoYo's thinking behind the scenes and how they want to cuck you, like maybe like 6 patches down the line, look at those events. Really pay attention to them, because a lot of the mechanics they'll test it in those events first. Right? Don't be surprised when maybe a year from now, mark my words, maybe a year and a half from now, there's going to be a mechanic like a ley line overflow, like a dendro ley line overflow in the Abyss, where after 30 seconds, the enemy's defense increases by 300%. I don't know. Hey, I don't know. Watch people squirm around at that time. You gotta clear the whole frickin' room in 30 seconds, or else the monsters literally get 4 times as tanky. Hey. Enjoy your C4. Enjoy your C4 Ayaka. I'm just gonna say, enjoy your C4 Ayaka. And same with Raiden C2. You guys think this is like invincible? It's not. It's not invincible, alright? It's, if MiHoYo wanted to cut this, easy. Understand, they got this entire game in their hands. It's just they're making very careful, active decisions to do certain things. Right? For the time being, they're targeting Zhongli. They're targeting shielders. They're making shielders difficult, but not impossible to use. Just difficult. Then they're going to go after Raiden next. Raiden's so popular. C0 Raiden, clearing all the content. You see those people flexing like, oh, my C0 Raiden, you know, can frickin' cut Dawei in half if I wanted to. If I gave her more artifact, if I got her weapon, I can cut frickin' my monitor in half just by using her burst skill. You see those people flexing their C0 Raidens. Just wait until MiHoYo gets around to them. You know, you're gonna see most of them, you know, crying in a ditch somewhere. It's just the natural course of the game. They're gonna make Raiden difficult to use, but not impossible to use. Don't worry, it'll come. It comes to all characters. That's the course of the game. I think that's what makes Genshin enjoyable. You don't just spam the same comp for like 6 years. Bro, come on. Like, we can't be doing that, right? That's not fun. That's not interactive. What's the point of having all these characters if you're just going to use the same team? I think Raiden has had her time. She's been top of the usage rate for like what, 6 months plus now. Give it another 2-3 months, close to a year, maybe around the anniversary. You're gonna see Raiden slowly fall off because MiHoYo has finally gotten around to making her difficult to use. Which I think, if you have C2, it's gonna be okay for the time being. However, you know what's a good way to make Raiden absolutely useless? Electro immunity mobs. Now that's a lazy way of designing content, right? You can say that for Ayaka too. Oh, cryo immunity. So, oh, want to counter Hu Tao? Pyro immunity. Right? That's a lazy way to design content. And I don't think MiHoYo will ever default to that lazy. Maybe I'm giving them too much credit. Maybe I'm giving them too much credit. Maybe they will. But so far, look at how they're designing content, right? Very creative, very smart. Make you uncomfortable, but don't make you like, don't make them unplayable. So Archons are gonna get killed by MiHoYo. I think there will come a day when Archons evolve. I want to see Archons like primal forms. I want to see archons at their like in their archon form, like Zhongli in his archon form. And I really hope they don't make us get a new character for that with like 6 new constellations. I just hope with Zhongli get like you can somehow awaken him into his archon form somehow. But I feel like you're gonna have to work really hard, gather a lot of materials, make it very difficult to obtain. Maybe you have to gacha like an Archon stone. So, for example, right? Oh, what the fuck? Marla and Marvin. Maybe there will be a banner, and it's gonna be it's gonna be like called the Archon Awakening banner, and there it's just like Archon Awakening forms, and you gotta gacha their Archon stones. So you don't need a whole C6 character, you just need their Archon stones, and then like Zhongli Archon Stone will come out, and then you got some other awakening, like you got Tartaglia. You got also have Tartaglia's Awakening Stone, where Tartaglia can access his what's that word? What's the thing? Fatui form, right? And then he got his Awakening Stone, and it's a 50-50 chance whether you get Zhongli's Awakening or you get Tartaglia's. And of course, if other Harbingers come out, you get their Awakening Stones. Like all these Awakening characters, the next forms, the Delusion forms and whatever the hell, they can branch out into a whole different gacha system for that, right? They can easily bank off of that. I don't think they're gonna make it and of course you're gonna have Raiden Shogun's Archon form. You gotta get her Awakening Stone, and then blah 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 blah, whatever the hell, right? So plenty more to do, people. Plenty more to do. Like Genshin truly is in its infancy. I think give it another 2 years from today, maybe then we're gonna see a more mature, like not only world, like 2 years from now, you're gonna get Sumeru, you're probably gonna get Natlin as well. And we're on our way to Fontaine at that point, right? Because this year is Sumeru. Next year is Natlin, and the year after that, yeah, we're gonna be in Fontaine. So by the time we get to Fontaine, we're gonna get wait, isn't Fontaine where are the, correct me if I'm wrong, is Fontaine the home base of the, or was that Shniznaya? Where are the Harbingers, where are the Fatui based out of? Shniznaya, right? Oh, Shiznaya is yeah. As we get closer and closer, it's just we're gonna get more system. I wouldn't be surprised if 2 years from now we're gonna get a new weapon as well. I'm just saying, like a new weapon type. I would love a gauntlet. I would love a scythe. All right. Just saying, a gauntlet, a scythe, Mahoyo, make it happen. All right, more skins, better skins. I would pay $50 for like an animated skin with like Zhongli's Archon skin. But maybe they're saving that for his Archon form. So like they just bundle the form, the power, and the skin into one and make it so irresistible. Maybe then the dream will come true. Maybe then main DPS Zhongli would come true. It'll be a thing. Alright? One can hope. That's going to be it for this discussion, though. I love sitting and talking with you guys about the future of Genshin. It's so exciting to think, like, all this could happen in the short span of a few years. All of this. I was watching my stream for idea. There's no way. Like, honestly, even as a joke, if they, like, if there's a Mahoyo employee in chat, I'm just gonna take this time to say to you guys, we really prefer artifact preset. It doesn't hurt the game. It doesn't hurt your revenue as much. It does hurt it. I'm gonna admit artifact presets can hurt it, but please, like maybe around Sumeru, can you give us artifact preset? Please. I have way too many artifacts. Way too many artifacts. I can't keep playing like this, Mahoyo. You gotta understand, bro. Like bro. I'm scared of farming artifacts. Like, I'm actually scared of going like farm artifact. Like, look at this. Look at this. I can't keep doing this, Mahoyo. I'm like min-maxing so hard. I'm gonna eventually reach the 1500 artifact cap. You gotta give us artifact presets. Let us just quick swap our artifacts. It's such a pain. It's such a pain. But yeah, apart from that, give us better skins. Give us better skins. To be honest, I'd much rather you put better value constellations at 1 and 2. I wish all characters 1 and 2 constellations are just from this point onwards are like some of the best power you can get for the character, and the C6 completely changes the character, like opens up a new playstyle. With case in point being Yaimiko, C1, C2, you know, really nice value here. I mean, C1 is, you know, pretty good. C1, C2, it's like good value. C6 opens up her to a new role, right? Raiden Shogun don't even need C6. C2 opens up her to like right? Just give us some meaning here. Give us more meaning. Give us more reason to pull for C1, C2s, right? Won't that reduce their profits? Screw their profits. Screw their profits. Players should come first, right? Our experience should always come first. So, all right. With that said, yeah, Mahoyo, get on it. Get on it. Write that down. Write that down, Mahoyo Spy. You're here to see if I'm talking about leaks, aren't you? Okay. All right. With that said, it's going to be at the end of the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. Love to have you guys here. Make sure to tune in Wednesdays, Saturdays. All right. That's when I stream. Same time as today, 7 p.m., 9 p.m. We talk about this stuff all the time. And yeah. Hangs, please, says I just came. Sorry. My stream time is very short. It's 2 hours on Wednesday, 2 hours on Saturday. So it's just 4 hours a week. Most people stream more than me in a day than I do in a week. But hopefully one day I'll reach the point where I can do this full time. And right. Then we can sit here for the whole freaking day if you guys want by then. All right? Loved talking with you guys. Time flies. Oh. Anna woke up as well. She's gonna jump off now. Alright. So, until next time, urge y'all to stay safe. Peace, peace. Bye-bye.